Daily reminder that the LeBron James School of Business is basically undefeated, guys. Let me kind of run you through what is kind of going on here with the Lakers and LeBron situation and kind of give you my take on the whole thing. Obviously, LeBron is like the original player empowerment guru. And as the sort of reigning champion of the NBA's best player for the last 20 to 25 years award, can obviously do whatever the fuck he wants. He has 1 year left on his contract. He just, decided to opt in, which is like a $52 million, opt in. And at the same time, he's putting pressure on the Lakers to make some trades and, make it obvious to him that the Lakers are doing something that makes him feel like they're actually competing for a championship. I've kind of said this before in other posts. Like, I don't really think the Lakers are realistically competing for a championship anytime soon. I think they have a player on the roster in Luka Doncic that makes them competitive and puts them in a position to compete for championships long term, but they've got to build the roster in order to do that. And I'm not sure LeBron James is really the best player to sort of service in that sort of overall plan. And you can't really service them both, meaning you can't really service Luka Doncic and LeBron James at the same time. They require different things, right? And more importantly, there's a sort of finite number on the salary cap, and so you can only really build around one of them because their contracts are both so enormous. So I think in this case, like, it makes sense for LeBron to sort of decide that he wants to leave, or I should say, to start thinking about wanting to leave. He hasn't made any statements that say he wants to leave, but the sort of stuff that he's been putting out through his team sort of points in that direction, which is totally understandable. I mean, I think he sort of sees and understands the writing on the wall, and obviously understands how the business works better than anybody. So, and I think the Lakers do too. And I think the Lakers understand that, the sort of LeBron James era is sort of was great. It was what was it, 6 years or something like that, 6 to 8 years even. I'm not exactly sure. One title. It wasn't unbelievable, but a title is a title, and put butts in the seats, and it was great while it lasted. But it's kind of time to move on. It's time to build from like a new star.